Yes! Absolutely.
All right. What are you two doing?
What?
Huh?
What, you think you're team action now or something?
Oh.
No.
What's going on, guys? We're actually the Cinefanatics. My name's Chris Adams.
I'm Robert Adams.
And we have a special reaction for you today for the Schmoedown. We have a special guest with us.
Jake Iacovetta, Action Army representative.
What?
Here, call to action for the CineFANaction crossover.
It's the crossover event of the century. Eat your heart out, Avengers Endgame.
And Crisis on Infinite Earths. Who even
Oh,
wants
yeah,
that?
that's happening too.
Yeah.
I forget about that. I don't watch any of those shows.
Yeah. So Jake happens to be in town due to work. Mm-hmm. So we've invited him to come over and hang out for doing a Schmoedown reaction. Tonight's reaction we've got is Who's the Boss versus Crimson Fury. Now, are you going to be okay with this? Because we know Who's the Boss does contain Ben Bateman on there. And I know that the Call to Action typically thinks of him as a traitor, but still...
I've been warming back up to Ben a little bit. He's been going back into being the boss, so we'll just see what happens with this.
Especially when he's going off against anybody in corruption. I mean, honestly, who are you going to go?
Yeah.
And then, so... I know typically the question is, who do you got? But because we're in tournament season and we've got, like, our brackets and everything, our brackets already show who we got on it. In fact, what does our bracket show?
Oh, where is it at?
Do you got our bracket?
No.
I don't think so. Do I?
No, dude, it's right here. Yeah, so, I mean, you look at it right there, it's Who's the Boss. We have Who's the Boss going all the way on this side of the bracket.
Yeah, so this is going to be probably like a non-issue for this episode as to who we think's going to win.
Now, granted, we have to be clear about something. We didn't have Crimson Fury in this spot before.
Yes.
So, it was still Loose Cannons.
Yes, because we were assuming Loose Cannons was going to beat Crimson Fury, but there was a bit of an upset there. Didn't completely destroy the bracket, but I mean, it did put a little chip in it.
But there is the potential for it to destroy our bracket tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be the case for a lot of people. I also had Who's the Boss at the end, so I guess that answers the question. I'm okay with Bateman, for this purpose, anyway.
Yeah, and I mean, again, you look at it, you got Bateman, who is a superstar. You got Riley, who is a freaking veteran of the league, up against Stacy and Tim. Now, Tim is fantastic.
Yes. Yeah.
Tim is great.
But Tim is really good, but he is kind of a traitor to his own late to the party reactor faction thing that he's a part of.
Means as reactors, we automatically dislike him.
Yeah, but Stacy has just been killing it. Stacy has defeated Riley already, so that's going to be the big one on this match, is the fact that it's essentially Riley trying to get payback for getting knocked out of the singles tournament.
Yep.
And then, like, Stacy just wants to hold on to that title, that bracket-busting title that she got. She wants to make sure she retains that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, at the end of the last Who's the Boss match, Riley said that he wanted Stacy. He wanted to right that wrong, so... He's going to be coming in with some fire, and I'm ready.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think we're ready as well. Let's jump into this.
Yeah, let's get into it.
What are you doing here? What are you doing here?
I'm looking for Mike. I'm gonna get that dude a wedgie.
Come on. I'm here to give Mike a wedgie.
What?
What are the chances? Let's go.
Janine.
Well, I think the chances of them running into each other here are about 78% of chance, but given the fact that Kaiser wanders around Ensing 38% of the time, I'd say it's a good 98% of the chance at the time that they run into each other.
That was amazing.
So what are the chances that Frank Janish was there?
I'm saying about 100% chance.
Yeah.
I love these cutscenes that happen like outside of the studio.
Yeah. And I'll give Frank some props for that. Me and him have our issues every now and then, but that was pretty good.
Schmoedown, it is the ultimate
Clark's back.
Schmoedown team tournament. Clark, we are knee-deep in round 2 action, and what a matchup it is today. Crimson Fury taking on Who's the boss, and who the hell would have thought we'd be seeing this matchup right now in round 2?
That's what I love about this match today, is that there is a big surprise here in Crimson Fury, but they pulled it out at the end of their last match. Such a great pull. Family Films won them the game, and here they are going up against one of the top-ranked teams in the entire teams league. That's why these tournaments are so fun, because it's anybody's game.
Well, thank you, Clark.
Almost
I'm a fan
anybody.
of my shirt as well. When you look at Crimson Fury, you have Stacy, who has some history with a member of Who's the Boss. Fairly recent history, that being Mark Yodi Riley. She knocked him out in a singles tournament when we were back in the Ultimate Schmoedown singles division. So there's a factor of revenge for Mark Riley. And so then you look at their teammates, Ben the Boss Bateman. We know what he can do in the league. But Tim the Tank Franco, he's one of these newer players who really is coming on the scene in a strong way. So I think that Tim and Stacy, they're looking at a team like Who's the Boss and saying, well, Ben and Mark have pretty good chemistry, but wait till you see what we do.
Renewer.
Right. And they're building that chemistry, and that's what's really important.
Yeah, let's go with that.
I will say,
Just make up
I
a
would
word.
argue
Yes.
that Who's the Boss? Yes, Who's the Boss
can
is a
dig it.
higher ranked team, but they also have the advantage of having played together many times, not only in regular matches but in championship matches as well. So that chemistry is there, that trust is there, that shorthand is there. That's hard for any team to overcome. So it's going to be an interesting matchup for sure.
Now, any special preparation, because obviously you are part of the legendary Shire Wolves, so do you have a special preparation that you and Rachel would do as you move further and further down the path of a tournament match, or do you have to approach this like it's any other day in front of the White Hot Spotlight?
One game at a time, always one game at a time. Obviously, you want to take a look at how your other team or your competition has been playing. That's good information to know. You want to be strategic with what slices you put on that wheel. But at the end of the day, every match is anybody's game. That is the thing that Rachel and I always remembered. You never want to take anything for granted. Sometimes things go exactly the way you think they would, but sometimes, more often than not, they do not. So that's how I would approach this, and that's how I would advise any of the teams playing in this tournament to approach it, one match at a time.
Well, things never go the way that we plan it when the pre-interviews happen, so let's see what each team had to say right now.
Ooh, here we go.
Yeah.
Robbie and Tommy.
Rocky, Tum Tum, and Colt.
Yeah, that was rough.
Ooh.
Loose cannons, a lot of people had them in their brackets, and that has now been busted at the hands of Sassy Stacy Howard and Tim the Tank Franco.
Crimson Fury.
I was
Tim
so
the
happy I
Tank
knew that
Franco,
one too.
Sassy Stacy Howard,
I didn't pull it.
event
The Three
coordinator,
Ninjas.
legend killer, breaker of brackets
Probably haven't seen it
dreams,
since the
because
90s.
she
That-
sent
yeah, I
Mark
haven't seen it
Riley
since
home.
then as well, but
These
for some
two
reason it's
did
one of
what we
those-
always knew they
I just,
could
for
do,
some reason, knew
work
the names.
together as a cohesive unit.
It just found
and
its
get the
place in
big
your brain
win
and nestled in
send
and
the
hasn't left.
dungeon
Yeah.
packing. But now we got some legends. The Five Horsemen.
It's a statistical fact that most people go back to their abusers. So,
Ooh.
it's going to be a fun time for me.
Wow.
Back on that mark.
Well, here we are again.
Little Stockholm.
Down. A couple more to go. We're business here. Now we gotta play Corruption's B team.
Stacy, streaky Stacy Howard, coming in and knocking me out of the first round. Just
really
made me
Dagnino
upset.
is a national
to have
treasure.
that back in there for some retribution and continue to keep going through these teams to get that. Oh, I'm excited.
I'm not afraid of this. We're excited for this. Bateman and Riley, I mean, it's like being afraid of a vanilla milkshake. Come on.
Tim the Tank Franco. Now he's supposed to be the killer on this team.
I think we're going to show them who the boss really is. I mean, Stacy kind of already showed him that, but I guess we'll knock him out of this tournament too.
I said it before, and I was very confident about it. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I'm out there to win. I'm out there to show you who I am and give
Thanks,
you a
Ben.
piece of my mind. I'm here for justice. I'm here to bring something good.
Well,
to
see, there's
this
no
league.
kids while they're
That's
filming the
what we are.
promo. That's in a separate room.
Or something great.
Like living room in America's households everywhere. Okay, not here. Although after that stunt, maybe.
That's the other thing. No one's ever seen this angle on this.
Nope. This is new.
Glad to be a part of
I like hearing the
new
moxie.
look.
I like
Breaking
hearing
ground.
the confidence coming out of Crimson Fury because you know they had a big matchup that a lot of people would call an upset. Even though Crimson Fury was technically the higher ranked opponent, they knocked off. I mean, you talk about Eric and especially Paul Oyama, the current belt holder in the singles division, them being able to get that W, that's got to propel them and give them a lot of confidence. But who's the boss? They're looking at Crimson Fury, where this is just another opponent. This is just an obstacle to them on their way to belts. So when I see that pre-interview, I worry that Who's the Boss may be overlooking Crimson Fury. Do you get any sense of that?
That's the thing, is that, okay, so Crimson Fury has a lot to gain from this win, right? If they're playing Who's the Boss and they take out Who's the Boss, then they're the team that everybody is going to be keeping their eye on, because maybe people wouldn't necessarily expect that. But Who's the Boss has the added pressure of they want those belts. They are hungry
2 in
for
a row
those
isn't a
belts.
fluke.
And so if they're getting inside their own head, that might not be the best plan either.
We are going to see what's happening in this match right now. It's going to be 3 rounds to the finish. Here's the tail of the tape. Crimson Fury. They know their way around such categories as action movies and crime films. Then you go to Who's the Boss. Obviously, they know a lot about movie release dates, but they're also really good at scores.
Following Alf on
and
ABC in
following
1986.
Alf on ABC in 1986. Not sure if those shows were on that network, but we'll go with it. Clark, I am ready for this match to get underway. How you feeling?
I'm ready. Let's do
Was
this.
that NBC?
Then it's time
I thought it was
for the movie
NBC.
Trivia
I think it's
Schmoedown.
Someone will let us know.
That was before I was born.
Yes, it was.
I
Introducing
was
first,
2.
with a record of 2 wins, 0 defeats, 1 knockout. Coming to the stage.
Did y'all hear that Christian was talking about David B's going to possibly be playing this live at Spectacular?
That's going to be awesome.
Get your
That would be
tickets.
amazing.
That's going to happen. I said that all angry, like, get your tickets.
Well, it's an impromptu David B concert. Why wouldn't you be angry at people who are not getting tickets to that?
And salute to David B, who is going to be blessing us with a new Chill to Action and Call to Action theme song.
Ooh.
Nice.
Last time we saw Ken, he had a lollipop. I don't know if he's gone to the dentist since then, but no sort of candy with him. Stacy.
Got some arm candy over there, am I right?
The 2 managers. Stacy, Tim, you're seated. You're ready to go. You have any last words before I introduce your opponents?
They suck.
Wow. All right.
This is round 2 of the tournament, but it's also round 2 of Riley losing.
Okay.
Wow, tough talk.
All right.
Usually Tim's better than that with his trash talk.
And their opponents with a record of 5 and 2 with 2 knockouts. Let the ring boy. Ben, the Boss Bateman, and Mark, Yodi Riley. It's Who's the Boss?
Isn't Yodi the name we're giving to Baby Yoda?
Yeah.
Has it been settled on?
Call him the Yodi, yodeling.
I think it was Joe Starr who said it wasn't a Baby Yoda, it was a Yoda and Anunnakis.
Yeah.
Now it's just like an awkward Christmas party.
Everyone's child.
Everybody trying to get seated as the managers exit the stage. And the gentlemen of Who's the Boss are seated.
Did I miss it? Did Dagnino not say anything?
No.
Yeah, that might be
What?
first.
In round number 1, 8 questions. Talking out of the way. I already got the take from Crimson Fury. They seem ready. They had some strong words for you, gentlemen. Mark and Ben, do you have anything you'd like to retaliate with before the match begins?
Yeah. I'm pleased to be here against the B team. This will be a lot of fun.
Yeah, what he said, because it's right.
All right, Mark, do I need to ask you again, or
Well,
we're already ready?
Wouldn't
Yeah, I think
Who's the Boss be
I
the
guess there's just one more
B
thing to
team
say.
of
Let's
the
get ready
5
to
Horsemen
Schmoedown!
as well?
let's not talk about that.
I mean, Roka and
Well,
Who's the Boss?
you're not.
Crimson
Well,
Fury,
technically.
Mark Wolf on the desk alongside.
I mean, I can't really argue that.
You feel
And yes, I just
confident
gave
and
Roka a
ready.
compliment.
You may kick off this round 2.
so, as a duet, we usually only have 2 whiteboards, so
Well, I was
basically what's going to happen is he's going to answer before we
Okay,
show our
I'm
answer,
ready.
so.
Let's do this. Here we go. Question number
I probably
1
won't answer much.
in the category of action adventure. What 2005 adventure fantasy film stars Matt Damon and Heath Ledger?
Who have you taken that Matt Damon like later career? Do you have a my dad and I getting into a fight as to who we thought was better.
I mean, I love the flag.
3, 2, 1.
If I'm wrong, it's because I
Hands
messed
down.
up how the
And
titles were.
Stacy first. Who do we got?
Brothers Grimm.
It is the Brothers
There it
Grimm.
is.
Did Ben have it?
The Brothers Grimm.
He's
There
got
it
it,
is.
Tim.
The Brothers
And
Grimm.
Riley.
Nope, didn't get it.
Did not have it.
Brothers
All right,
Grimm.
that's okay.
Brothers Grimm. I don't know if they
Right,
can
so
read
Mark
that
Jody
from.
Riley has been eliminated.
There you go.
No,
Yes,
wait.
sir.
Wow, how's that?
Just trust us.
That's just
Yikes.
sorry. That's one question. That's a different
I
game.
remember that from
We
working
move
at a
on
movie
to the
store.
category
Having
of
to put the cover away.
romance. And the question in the world of romance is, who is the male lead in the 2011 film Midnight in Paris?
Is that?
Who do you got, Fleck or Damon?
This might be a complete guess.
There were
Where do you stand?
kind of two.
I really like the flag.
Yeah.
Was that?
4,
Was that? What's his name movie?
2, 1.
Woody Allen.
Pens down.
Owen
Ben
Wilson.
Bateman, what do you got?
Owen Wilson.
It is Owen Wilson.
That's
Tim
yeah.
Wow.
had it as well.
Because Michael
Mark Riley.
Sheen was the
He's on the board. Stacy.
Wow.
Owen
That's
Wilson.
right.
That's what I was thinking too.
Owen Wilson.
Fun
Complete
fact,
guess,
though. Good
Nina
impressions. I like
Arianda,
them
who
seeing
played
her
Michael
early.
Sheen's wife,
Question number
I went to
3
high
in the
school with her in
category
Germany.
of dramas.
Wow.
Nice.
What 2005 film stars Eric Bana, Daniel
Oh,
Craig, and Kieran Hines?
Oh, what's it called?
I think I see it in my head.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
I sure do.
Put it on your whiteboard.
Hot takes.
Gross.
It isn't working.
3, 2.
I'm gonna feel so bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Repeat.
In the
Repeat.
category of dramas, what 2005 film stars Eric Bana, Daniel Craig, and Kieran Hines?
Yeah, it's on the tip of my tongue too. We're both gonna be like, yep. I
can't pull the word.
That,
Yes.
Yes, it is.
He had Munich. Just
I knew it was.
I was like, it's one word and it's the name of the city.
And Ben to
I was
close
like,
it out.
which one was it?
Alright.
I knew it started with an M and I just
Yeah.
couldn't pull it.
I had M in my head.
That's 3 for 3.
Okay, your next category: famous actors and actresses. And the question is, which famous actor directed the films Leatherheads and The Ides of March?
Yeah.
You enjoy a lot of different, wearing a lot of different hats. Direct.
I don't think so.
It seems hard.
It's
like
you
a
know,
headache.
I think it would be a little
Yeah.
hard.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Is it
Pens
George
down. Mark Riley.
George Clooney.
It is George Clooney. Does Stacy have it?
George Clooney.
It is Mr. Clooney. Ben, the boss Bateman.
George Clooney.
George Clooney and Tim the Tank.
George Clooney.
All
And
right.
George Clooney as well.
George Clooney.
Clune Dog.
Way too much.
We're not calling him that?
I can get with
Easier
it.
to sit here and ask questions.
He acts.
Wait, that was the fourth question?
All right,
Yep.
question number 5.
So we're
in the
at 3.
category of fantasy sci-fi. What is the name of Robin Wright's character in The Princess?
Come on.
Friend
I
of the
can't even-
show,
I can't write,
Bonnie
though.
Somerville
Yes.
finally convinced
That was
me to
easy.
watch that movie back in like 2010 or something.
I still
Come on.
have not
I've never
seen
seen
that
it.
movie.
As
I
long
catch
as
it
that
from
was the
everybody.
answer.
All right, you're done. Get out.
Hands down, Stacy.
Princess Buttercup.
It is Princess Buttercup. Ben Bateman.
Princess Buttercup.
Ah, fooling us.
I said Buttercup. But
Tim had it and Mark Riley.
Buttercup.
The
Princess.
same name that I call Mark
Buttercup.
Riley.
Princess
See,
Buttercup.
I knew that that's what it was, but I wasn't
Working on some
100% and I didn't
perfect
want to sound like an
games
idiot if I was wrong.
We move on
That's
to
the risk we take every
world-
single time we do a video.
And you know, we usually sound like an idiot every single video. And I'm okay with that.
It was
find a
for
way.
for that movie, though.
Yeah.
It's the one thing that brings us all together.
Oh, it's comedies.
Question. In
No.
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Who plays the Dolphins publicist Melissa, who hires Ace to find their missing
Oh, shoot.
mascot?
Yep.
Saw this movie in the theater. with
Is
my
it?
mom.
I thought you were going to point with me, and I was like, I don't remember you being there, but
I was there.
I
I'm
did
always
see it in the
there.
theater, and I don't know that I've ever laughed harder in a movie theater.
Dumb and Dumber with the ketchup and mustard.
4, yeah, that's pretty good.
That got me.
2, 1, pens down.
Don't
We're
got it.
going to Ben Davis. Who you got?
Annie McDowell?
Nope.
That is incorrect.
Wow.
Oh, Bateman.
It is Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox.
How did I remember that?
Sean Young.
Sean Young.
Sean
Also
Young was
in Ace Ventura.
Courtney Cox.
yeah, Courtney Cox. Sean Young was Finkel, who was Einhorn, and Einhorn
Finkel
was
is
Finkel.
Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel.
Einhorn is a man.
Sure is.
That quote randomly popped into my head for like no
The
reason.
Finkel and Einhorn?
Yeah.
All right,
Who
question
did you
number
meet while you're in
7
Austin?
the
There was no
category of
context. I was just sitting in my
bonus
hotel room.
In 2010,
You went down to 6th Street, didn't you?
Who plays the main protagonist of the film?
yes.
Lawrence Talbot.
Wolfman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
90s Jack Nicholson.
Horror is not me,
Oh,
so.
you would be
Yeah, it's not my thing.
incorrect.
I know who it is.
You're not wrong, Mr. Ellis.
Nope.
He
Mark,
can, he
you
can
are
jump
wrong,
over.
Mark Riley.
Can't
You
pull
are
his
wrong.
name now.
We are.
3, 2, 1.
Wait,
Pens
the
down,
collector
going
from
first
Guardians
team.
of the Galaxy.
Perfect
Oh,
game.
Benicio del Toro.
He
Yes.
continues it with that answer, Mark Riley.
Benicio del Toro.
Yes, he has it. Stacy Howard.
Benicio del Toro.
And Ben to close it out.
Benicio del Toro.
He got it.
Ooh. Close match.
All right. So
10.
everybody playing very well thus far. Crimson Fury currently enjoys a 1-point advantage over Who's the Boss with one category remaining, and that category.
And then I had
if
4
Tim
on this.
gets this question right, he has a perfect game. You'll be asked.
So looks like we're at 14, so we're all ahead of them.
U.S. category
Good job,
of
everybody.
Animated movies. Movies drawn by hand or on a computer.
Oh, we got one more.
Robin Williams.
Just kidding.
Lent his voice to 2 animated films in 1992. Disney's Aladdin, and
Yep.
what other film? You know what's better than Wolfman and Wolf?
Yep.
Teen Wolf.
You know what movie has aged the worst out of those 3?
I'm gonna feel stupid. Yeah.
Do you know it?
I feel like I
Pens
do, but
down,
What do you
Mark
think?
Yodi
I
Riley.
got nothing.
Robots?
It is not
No,
Robots.
Not 1992.
That's an incorrect answer, Stacy.
I don't know it.
Stacy doesn't have to
Ooh,
spend.
come on.
Fern Gully.
It
Got
is
it.
Fern
That's
Ooh.
right.
The name is Batty.
Fern Gully.
Fern Gully.
Right.
That is a perfect game.
Otherwise known as the animated
Oh.
Avatar.
Franco got a perfect
That's a
round.
great
Yeah.
question, by the way. Props to our question.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
You
that's-
give
that's a
Swift
great
props
question.
on the.
Riley almost had to hit the swear
Hard on
jar,
you, but I
but
like that
he
one.
just mouthed it.
All right, so Crimson Fury, 14-13. You have a 1-point lead over Who's the Boss. The next
Still anybody's game.
2-point lead because Tim Franco has a bonus question asked to Justin. You don't need to write it down. You can just give Mark an answer whenever you feel prepared within 15 seconds.
Our bonus question. Which SNL alum plays the annoying brother-in-law of
Steve
John
Martin?
Candy?
No, Great Outdoors.
Aykroyd.
Great Outdoors.
Yeah.
Aykroyd, yeah.
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd.
I was
That
thinking.
is, his name is Chet
I was
Roman.
probably thinking like
That's Dan
Planes, Trains, and
Aykroyd.
Automobiles.
That is correct.
Pulled the
Fair
character
enough.
name and everything.
Even knew the name of the character.
Wow.
Kind of
Flexing.
becoming his
Yeah,
thing
it's like,
now,
you
isn't
know,
it?
stop watching The Great Outdoors so much.
We get it, Tim Franco. You're good.
Yes. Anyway, we move on to round number 2, where Crimson Fury is going to be walking into there with a
See,
2-point
when-
lead, Clark. Maybe
when people do
not
that and give more
what a
information,
lot
it
of
kinda
the
feels like
breakers
that
would
might
have
take
guessed,
away
because
from
Who's
a
the Boss?
future
Maybe
question.
they have more of a pedigree,
Right.
but Tim
Possibly.
and Stacy have come here to play in round number 2. It's the wheel round, the wheel of fate, doom, justice, and the wheel. For today's match, the entire wheel is sponsored by a Schmoedown patron, Justin Roby. How about a big hand for Justin
Good job, Justin Roby.
Thank you for your patronage, good sire. If you want to get your name read on a future matchup, check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon and select which tier is right for you today. Justin Roby, his sponsored slices on the wheel are Quentin Tarantino and 2000s movies. Once
Nice.
again, thank you, Justin. Crimson Fury. You're up by 2 over Who's the Boss. Do you want to spin first, or do you want to defer to your opponents?
We're gonna let them play catch up.
All right, they're going to try to catch up right now. Ben, Mark, who wants to go spin the wheel?
Let's do
All
it.
right, Mark Riley.
All right, here we go. Looking at that wheel. Now we do have spinner's choice and opponent's choice on there.
That's right. I believe he's rubbing Action Adventure or just the wheel on his
Probably
side.
let
I
Ben
couldn't
go
really
with his
tell.
spinner's choice this time.
Oh,
Oh! All right, well,
That's
we know
okay.
that was 2000.
That's okay. That was 2000s. And that is going to be Robin Williams. So, Mark, are you keeping Robin Williams?
We know what was there.
I might keep
Okay,
Robin Williams.
They're going to confer amongst themselves. They'll have about 15 seconds to do so. Robin Williams seems to be a category that they're not sure about. And it looks like they're spinning again.
All right.
They're going to spin again. They're spinning away from Robin, and here we go. All right.
All right.
Round and round it goes.
that wheel is just having some issues there.
It's not going to be Robin. It could be opponent's choice.
Fantasy sci-fi.
This might not be that bad.
All right. So fantasy sci-fi.
All Superman
is
questions.
What they have settled on. Fantasy sci-fi. It could be a lot of questions. Could be a lot of different films, and they're going to have to do some tough answering.
This fantasy
here.
sci-fi
Well,
film came out in what
fantasy
year?
Yeah.
Who's the
Exactly.
boss faced with 6 questions, and Clark, if they get this first one right off the bat, then they're going to be tied.
How did a warrior question sneak in here?
Guess what fantasy sci-fi?
Well, guess we gotta ask it.
2 repeats left. Is that what it is?
I believe you have 2 JT rules remaining. That's what the scoreboard says, and the scoreboard's never wrong.
I did finally see Warrior a few months back.
So good.
We're cheering for
felt like I was
electronics.
obligated. At
Yeah.
this
Fantasy sci-fi, the first question, Ben and Mark. Who plays the huntsman in the film Snow White?
Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth, yeah.
point. Sure.
Chris Hemsworth.
2
Sounds good to me.
points for
It's
Who's
a
the Boss?
terrible movie.
That's why I don't know it.
All right, your next question. Non-linear orthography is a form of otherworldly communication in what 2016?
Arrival?
Arrival,
That's what I was
yeah.
gonna say.
Otherworldly Communication 2016. There's your keywords.
Yeah. That was a good movie too.
I like
They'll get this. Riley's got to know that.
Yeah.
5, 4.
Arrival.
That is a nice pull for 2 points.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
And they now
A lot of
have
people
the
didn't
lead.
like it, but I did.
I think that's one that like it might require a second viewing
Oh,
if you didn't like it
absolutely.
the first time.
Absolutely.
Sci-fi in the 2011 film Super 8. What item does Joe always keep with him as a memento of his dead mother?
It wasn't the camera.
Maybe.
I can't remember.
I
It's been a while since I've seen Super 8.
haven't seen Super 8, so.
I saw it in it was on in the background when I was doing something else. So
3.
I don't remember.
A necklace.
We can accept necklace for 2 points.
There you go.
Is it a locket?
And they are necklace, locket, tomato, tomato. It is now a 4-point advantage for Who's the Boss. And that second spin ended up serving them well, at least thus far. Your next question, gentlemen. This is your 4th in round number 2. What is the name of Maurice Evans' character, the lead scientist of the Ape National Assembly in the original Planet of the Apes film?
What is the name of his character? The least. Oh, that's Zeus.
I'll go with that.
I can't pronounce it right. Zeus.
Z-Man.
Zeus.
That was way farther than anything I was gonna guess.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3.
Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius.
Thank you for singing it, and you are
Yep.
correct.
Be careful of
I
singing.
could get one more point for singing.
Yeah, know what happens when you
The
sing it.
Simpsons,
Yeah.
They truly do work. so
Yeah.
much.
Flash.
All right, gentlemen, you're throwing a perfect
Mr.
round two so far. We don't have any bonus
Sam
round with it.
Oh, yeah.
Entertaining.
Sorry.
You didn't bring that gift with you, did you?
Penultimate
Nah,
question in round number 2. The
I can make sure it
Sci-fi.
makes its
Who
way to
plays the vile Bellatrix Lestrange?
What's her face?
Helena Bonham Carter.
Carter. Yeah.
Yep.
Helen and Bonham Carter.
You are correct, sir, for 2 more.
Giancarlo Stanton.
All right. That was a great round for Who's the Boss there.
That's right. Well, they have one more question, so they can really build a lead here.
You do know there's a member of the Action Army on the other side of you. If you make fun of Ben Bateman too much, he's liable to punch you.
They're going to have
Nah.
to spin something
Nah, I'm team
pretty
guy.
spectacular. Fantasy sci-fi.
And granted, they
your
were
last
team action
question.
during that mistake, but
What
Yeah.
is the subtitle of the 2017
Oh.
Piece of crap.
Arthur movie starring Charlie Hunnam?
King of Arthur, nobody watched this.
No.
Terrible Guy Ritchie movie.
That's a little general.
That's like half his movies.
Yeah.
5,
Ooh.
4, 3, 2.
Legend of the Sword.
They got
Wow. Nice job.
Very generic subtitle.
Revenge of the Sword, Rise of the
it.
Sword.
Rise of the Round Table.
What they're actually talking about in that 15 seconds, but I can tell you this: they're not conferring about
I
the
know, that
answer.
one actually
It's like they're
kinda
talking about
sounds
the
interesting.
Rise of the Round Table?
We
That one.
get the countdown, then they realize they have to answer the question.
All right, I'm Queen CineFANacs. Got a new job in Hollywood. Here we go.
Really enjoyed it.
Titling things.
Subtitling movies.
Yeah.
10-point game now in favor of Who's the Boss, but now Crimson
Throw
Fury,
Rise on
they
everything.
step up to the wheel and give it a spin. It appears to be Stacy Howard.
Good luck, Stacy.
Long, storied history with all of the wheels that we have in the movie trivia. Schmoedown.
Come on, opponent's
He
choice.
grabs it from the pegs, and the spin is in.
Now, look at that spin.
I mean, that's
Impressive.
that is
someone who needs
she almost spun the action slice right off the wheel.
Or the 2000s.
The 2000s.
Oh.
It gets knocked off, but it
Patron
was
slice.
2000s.
But did the wheel knock it off?
Yeah, the thing is like
2000
too close to the wheel, so it's pushing the pieces off.
Probably the most it's actually spun
All right,
around
we're gonna
since they've been using it.
Confer what is it going to end up as? They are going to spin again.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Stacy Howard working some frontier medicine.
Nope. It finally happened.
Did the whole thing just fall?
Well, fans of the movie Trivia Schmoedown, we regret to inform you that the wheel has suffered a catastrophic injury. Due to the nature of the injury and out of respect for the wheel's family, we will not show the wheel at this point. However, we hope it pulls through. We don't have any more medical information other than that. So what we are going to have to do is have Stacy Howard, who will heretofore be known as the Wheel Killer.
Bracket Buster and the Wheel Killer.
Category. It wasn't Stacy's fault.
The wheel was not ready for that Crimson Fury.
Stacy Wheel Killer Howard. I like it.
Tom Dagnino has
Just
to
rolls
be
off the
involved.
tongue.
Yeah.
Nobody can hear you, sir. If you want to.
Okay, you hold it then.
I'd rather somebody hold the thing away from her so it's too close you could possibly see in there. So I want somebody to hold it away. I mean, that's a reasonable. It's reasonable.
It's a reasonable request.
That's fine. Hold it. Come hold it then.
It's a reasonable request. So
Absolutely. Come hold it.
Dagnino, get over there and hold it.
Well, you suggested you need to hold it.
I don't work here.
Dex.
So Tom is going to hold the bucket. Stacy, when you're ready.
Great one to have you
It
on.
has pieces of paper with categories.
If I don't like it, can we do it again?
You cannot because you already had a spin at the wheel before. Yeah. And what is the category?
2000s.
We got scores and soundtracks.
Ooh.
All right.
Ooh.
Look at his face.
Scores and soundtracks.
How's Franco at scores and soundtracks?
So, with all of that hubbub, we now have questions.
You got Bateman over there for the steals.
6 questions.
Yeah, Bateman's good at it.
Bateman and Riley.
He's so mad that he lost that slice.
Here we go.
the movie
Question
release
number
dates?
1.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
Aerosmith, Alice Cooper, ZZ Top, and Ted Nugent all provide songs for what 1993 comedy?
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World.
Incorrect. First steal.
Coneheads. I mean,
Forrest Gump.
The great Alice Cooper soundtrack.
That was 94, wasn't it?
No. Yes.
3, 2.
Wayne's World 2.
That is also incorrect. The correct answer was Dazed and Confused.
Oh,
Yeah.
in Austin.
Yeah, don't you
We
feel
are in
stupid?
Austin.
I didn't even attempt it.
Oh.
All right, back
Love
to
that.
Crimson
All
Fury.
right.
Yeah.
Question number 2. Who composed the score for Commando?
Who's watching that movie for the score?
Is it A, Howard Shore, B, Jerry Goldsmith,
Horner.
C, Alan Silvestri, D, James Horner?
Let's say Goldsmith.
I'll just say Silvestri to change it up.
It's gonna be hard shore watch.
Yeah. The one we didn't pick.
Alan Silvestri?
That is incorrect.
Your options, once again.
Your options once again are A, Howard Shore, B, Jerry Goldsmith, C, Alan Silvestri, D, James Horner.
See, I like this because you have to kind of know what the composer, the kind of music they typically make for that movie.
Yeah.
So even if you don't know,
James Horner.
That is correct for 1 point and a
so even if you
steal.
don't know, you might be able to still get it just based off of knowing what they do.
Yeah, their style.
Which James Horner also famously did Titanic, so I didn't think Commando at all.
Basically,
question number
the same. You know.
It's the exact same movie.
Who composed the score for Zero Dark 30?
Danny Elfman. I don't know.
No.
Just don't even compose
That
right
wasn't a
there.
Tim Burton movie.
He did Spider-Man. That was Sam Raimi.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Michael
He's on there.
Giacchino, B, Danny Elfman,
For Zero Dark 30,
Alexandra
I'm going Giacchino or
Desplat,
Alexander Desplat.
I think
D,
Desplat.
James Horner?
I just hear the Collider Live commercial.
Alexander Desplat sometime.
We even
came
had,
on.
yeah,
You had Alexander Desplat.
Desplat.
Alexander Desplat?
That is correct.
Oh man, I wanted to hear Riley say it.
Sometimes you just got a multiple choice and guess your way around a category you're not familiar with.
Chip away, whittle it down.
He even had him on his
Your
show.
next question.
Yeah. He came on once.
Eye of the Tiger first appeared in which
Come on.
Rocky?
So
I know it.
Was it the first one?
Nope.
Second one.
Nope.
Okay, I'm out.
Are you going to start guessing numbers?
Yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5.
One of those,
Balboa.
yes.
Balboa. I'm gonna say 3. Yeah.
That was my third guess.
Five,
Is it Rocky?
3, 2.
Even
Rocky 3? That is correct.
Like,
Wait,
he even
he
told you,
finished
is it
it
Rocky? 3.
Nice pull. Queen of guessing.
I mean,
Every
could they challenge that one technically?
No, he was just counting down. That was just
is
coincidence that he happened to say
very
3 right
nervous.
after she said Rocky.
All right. Your next
Well,
question.
Rocky was the name of the first one, right?
MIA's song Paper Planes appears.
Pineapple Express.
Danny
Yes.
Boyle.
Wait, Danny Boyle?
No.
Not Danny. That's not Danny Boyle.
Slumdog Millionaire.
That is correct for another 2
Paper
points.
Planes
All
was
right,
in-
so they're starting to make a run here just a little bit.
Wow, I
I don't remember that.
gotten the
I
last
definitely
two
remember
questions.
Pineapple Express.
I was like, wait, Danny Boyle did
Now
not direct
they
Pineapple
are
Express.
looking
I
for the
fly
last
like
question
paper, get
in
high like
round
planes.
Number 2.
Oh, you gotta
Leslie
edit that out.
Barber
Sorry.
composed the score to
Oh, you
what
gotta edit that out.
2016 film that was later nominated for a Best Picture Oscar?
Sure.
Composer scored.
So it was nominated in
Best
2017.
So we definitely get round 3.
For sure.
Was that Moonlight? No, wait, that was La La Land. No, wait,
Is it
Moonlight.
A, Lion, B, Hidden Figures,
Um,
C, Manchester by the Sea,
Lion,
D,
I think
Hacksaw
Lion.
Ridge.
which was a great movie.
Hacksaw Ridge was fantastic.
Ooh, they got some ground to make up still.
3.
Lion. That is incorrect.
Ah,
Can you hear the choices again, please?
The
This is their
choices
last
are,
question,
is it
too.
A,
I think so.
Lion,
Yep.
B,
Question 6.
Hidden Figures, C,
That's-
Manchester
you
by
don't want
the
to be
Sea,
down 6 points going into
D,
round 3.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Possibly 7 points.
Yep.
Hidden Figures.
That is incorrect.
don't.
The answer was Manchester by the Sea.
Manchester by the Sea, Leslie Barber.
Woof. All right.
Woof.
That was quite a round.
That was quite around. And look, Crimson Fury, for a minute there, it looked like they could even be knocked out because we just feared Who's the Boss knows so much about scores and soundtracks. They would continue to get steals, but they really used a lot of strategy
Absolutely.
getting back into the game. They got a couple questions correctly as well. So it's 26-20. Who's the Boss still going into round 3 with a 6-point lead, which nobody would sneeze at, but Crimson Fury has a shot here. And as we move into round number 3, here's how it works. Each team is going to give us a series of number sales in the lead by 6 points. Thus, you get to give us your 3 lucky numbers first. What feels fortunate?
You guys smell that? It's their hopes burning up in the atmosphere.
I don't smell anything burning, thank God.
See, there's the old Ben Bateman
Maybe
right there.
Ben's having a stroke.
Is it a toast?
12 and 17. I think we'll go 7. I think we'll go 7, 12, and 17.
7, 12, and 17.
But I don't think they're.
And Crimson Fury.
I don't think Bateman's gonna end up with Guy because I don't think Dagnino's gonna let them
Those are all
go.
available numbers, and now they've
What
been
if
taken by
Dagnino
Crimson
drafts
Fury.
Guy?
So Crimson Fury
That's true.
is
Didn't think about that one.
gonna be first up at bat.
Ooh, that
And he
would be,
can.
that would be some
Parks are
weird,
asking Crimson Fury
like
their series of
within
questions.
like between Roca, Merle, Guy, and Bateman all in the same.
I
Oh,
would love it.
I'm for it.
Crimson Fury,
Let's do it.
what category are they looking at?
We are looking at the category of romance.
romance.
Tim, Stacy.
I mean, I'd also be for it if he pulled in McQueenie also. Guy and McQueenie on the team.
Who stars
Yeah.
Put
as
Ben and Guy back
Kevin
together and
Costner's
Riley and
co-lead
McQueenie.
in
Renee Russo.
1996's
Yeah.
Tin
Love that movie. It's one of those ones I've seen a lot for no good reason.
5, 4.
Susan Sarandon.
That is incorrect. The answer we were looking for was Renee Russo.
Gotta get the next two
Russo.
correct.
Big fan of John Kuga.
Don't get the next two correct, they're done.
Russo. So we stick with Crimson Fury for your 3-point question. The Fury, the CF, selected number 15. So Tim, this is going to be your category. Clark, what's he looking at?
Category of biopics.
You got this, Tim.
This is a must answer for Crimson Fury. category of biopics, who stars as Tanya's on-again,
Sebastian Stan.
off-again
Yeah.
boyfriend and husband?
Kevin Smets.
Jeff
No, Sebastian
Yeoman
Stan.
Yeah.
In I, Tanya.
Winter Soldier, young Luke Skywalker.
Who stars as Tanya's on-again, off-again boyfriend and husband, Jeff Galooly, in I, Tanya?
We're gonna see a TKO.
That is not the look of a confident man.
That would be funny if Smets was there and he's in the background going.
Who stars as Tanya's on-again, off-again boyfriend and husband, Jeff Galooly, in I, Tanya?
I wonder if Stacy knows.
Pretty sure she does.
Joel Edgerton.
And your
Yeah! Oh, that was it, too. Yeah.
Who's the boss? Ben Bateman and Mark Riley. Sebastian Stan. Looking for Sebastian.
Bracket is safe. We're good.
Yeah.
Live to fight another day.
I think a lot of people just had a big
He
sigh.
played Jeff Galooly, and that was the answer the Crimson Fury needed to pull. They could not force the hand.
I
Who's
thought
the
it was
Boss,
gonna be
so
closer.
That is a technical knockout scored.
Yep.
For
Honestly.
Who's the Boss. Not only did the wheel survive,
I think it's about where
they survived,
thought
and will
it
now
would
advance
be.
to round number
I don't-
three. in
maybe
the
not a
Ultimate Schmoedown
TKO,
Teams
but-
tournament.
Yeah.
I think Crimson Fury. Maybe
I thought
not
Who's the
their
Boss would at
best
least have to
match.
answer
Yeah, they were
one
throwing
round
a
three
lot of
question.
curveballs during it for sure. But I think that they adjudicated
At least
themselves very well. It's just that
those
Who's
first
the Boss
two
too strong.
I mean,
team
don't forget, too,
matches
Tim's
we had
perfect round in round
wasn't
one.
the standard
Getting
for
the
the whole
bonus
thing.
question right. I mean, they were off to a great start. I think ultimately maybe what sunk them was letting Who's the Boss go first. Who's the Boss? You never know who's going to have a great round.
I was going to ask you, when the Shire Wolves were doing this, did you always defer? Did you always
No,
spin first,
it
or
was-
was it just a field play?
It was never an always kind of situation, and Rachel and I have different thoughts on that strategy. I personally usually like to go first
Yeah.
if I can,
Build a
because
lead.
that's right, and also so I don't have the pressure inside my head.
That's
of,
true.
Oh God, they
To
had
play
a great
catch up.
round.
That's a good
what do I
strategy.
have to make up. You know, it can't go both ways by putting the pressure back on them, but it just depends on each competitor. And unfortunately, we saw here. Who's the Boss?
But the reverse,
has-
I would say,
they
is
smoked
also
round
bad.
two.
If you go
Maybe
first and you
ultimately
get
it
that
got into
lead,
Crimson Fury's
and then you're watching as the other
Just
team
a
just
little
starts
bit,
dominating
and they're gonna have an
their
exclusive
their
interview
side of it.
with Crimson Fury. That is Tim and Stacy, as well as Ken and Grace right now with our own Jen Sturger. Jen, over to you.
Oh, corruption, Crimson Fury. I know this is not how you wanted this match to play out, but you guys played remarkably well that first round.
Is
You
it
have to
just
be at
me,
least
or
proud
they're a
of
lot
how
more
that
musical
turned
in this episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a good feeling going in.
Has it all been David B?
I'm pretty good about this round. I think.
I've heard this song before. I don't think this one is.
Just
Now,
stop.
normally the wheel round hurts people, but you hurt the wheel, Stacy.
You know, I've been doing a lot of Zumba, a lot of body combat.
Just in case you ever get
gym.
attacked by a movie trivia wheel.
I
Well, they
didn't
were
mean to,
teasing
but I'm
that
such a
the
strong
peg
woman
broke off,
inside and out
or the
that,
Yeah.
sorry,
peg,
it
or
happened.
whatever they call
Dead.
it. the-
What, you know.
Somebody said we'd see that in a future match. And I was like, when?
You were not
Where's that
strong
match at?
enough to get you guys through
Here it
scores
is.
and soundtracks. Were you really bummed when that happened? Because you know it's obviously a strength of Bateman
It is.
and Margaret.
It is, and it's a hard category for me. Really, he knew, you know. all
This is
the
the first loss that Tim
yeah,
Franco's ever
so,
had to
you know, I think with
endure
the
also.
It was kind of a bad omen for us, and sometimes, you know, stuff happens in the middle of the
Has
game.
he hasn't
Don't
lost
take
when he
a
played
knee,
singles
took a
before?
moment to regroup, and we couldn't get it back
Well, I
out.
know he beat
It-
Atchity.
You know, it happens.
I wasn't bummed about scores and soundtracks because I
don't remember who else he played off the top of my head.
I don't remember.
Strength, but some of the questions we got today just were not in my wheelhouse, and I think we did well though because it didn't. Apparently, it wasn't in Who's the Boss's wheelhouse either because they didn't.
I think his situation is that he won all his matches that he was in, but because of the distance and him having to make it
Categories like that
drive
that
to
we've
make
seen
it there,
so often,
he was
the
never
cuts
in an
only
actual
get
tournament.
Deeper. So categories like that are going to continue to get harder and harder as we go along with this game. Ken, how does corruption bounce back from this loss? Obviously, you know, Crimson Fury's out of the tournament, but where do we go from here?
A loss is a loss, but we are currently have our legal team looking into filing some kind of possible claim. I'm still not saying we're doing it. We're looking into it. Clearly, when you have a wheel built by a fan with a sex dungeon, this is gonna happen, and we're just gonna investigate everything. Just due diligence on part of our team here, but we're very happy. I am a long-time, actually a patron.
We were not those fans.
Riley, and very happy for him to have.
There's no room for one of those dungeons in this apartment.
Especially because we're on the 3rd floor.
We're not done yet.
Hey-o.
Furries too are good people.
A lot of broom underneath. Keep it down up there.
We learned a lot about ourselves as a team, and we're ready to move forward. And if Tim's ready to catch another bus out from whatever state we bust him in from, it's going to be good. And I'm actually excited about it.
Just kidding, guys.
I learned a lot about corruption as a team.
Just like wondering about this chair that I'm sitting in now.
Just the last 30 seconds. Well, like I
You
said,
are right to.
lost today, guys, but
I don't even know where that chair's been.
back at some point. Obviously, you're done with the tournament.
It's got to
but
be better than Jeff Snyder's
haven't
couch.
seen the last of you guys.
I feel like I can guarantee that.
We'll be back.
Yeah.
All right, well, we learned a lot about furries, we learned a lot about bus trips, and we learned a little something
Hashtag
about
release the Snyder
wheel
couch.
As they be on its ready even in Barry Park.
Someone buy it.
Really
They better. It's the
dejected
prize at the end of the tournament.
Fury, but they still seem to have that confidence, that spark to it.
Look, this was a tough questions and a tough round and a tough match. You know, I don't think that that loss is really anything to sneeze at. They played really, really well today. It didn't go their way. Obviously, scores and soundtracks, as Jen pointed out, the more that those categories get asked, the deeper those cuts get. She is right about that. Man, some of those questions were rough. But, you know, Who's the Boss wasn't able to take a lot of those steals either. So it just goes to show you that, man, that round 2 was tough.
That round 2 was indeed tough, and speaking of tough, Jen Sturgeon now has the task of talking to Mark Riley, Ben Bateman, and Jack LaLanne's grandpa Biff.
Thank you so much, guys. You have to be feeling pretty good about these guys' play today, no?
You know, positive energy activates constant elevation. Look,
What?
thermo viscosity is of air is
Even
dynamic
Riley.
and kinetic, and we're both dynamic and kinetic.
All right, Terrence Howard, calm down.
No, not a clue. But you guys have to be feeling pretty good about
Physics major. Physics, I should say.
Great. Okay, you live in a van. Okay. You guys have to be feeling pretty good about this win today. But obviously, you played so well in
need
that
someone to
first round. Tell
translate
me how you
that.
were feeling when you went into the second.
I don't think you can.
Yeah, feeling good. My partner played pretty damn good
Said
in that
science
first
words.
round. I had to stumble on a couple there, but man, that second round, that felt good. That felt like our run last year, my friend. Just
Fantasy sci-fi can befell so many contestants here. I've seen plenty of teams absolutely be out of the game after that round 2, and you guys absolutely dominated it.
Yeah, well, I maybe added to a strengths list. I gotta say, I was happy with those results, my friend. So feels good. Feels good to do this, and also get a little bit of revenge on Stacy Howard. But you played.
She did play well, but glad that you could, vindicate yourself. Now, you're going to be facing either the Paddington 2 or the family, and I think it goes without saying that you guys have a little bit of a history with the family, specifically Andrew
Do you
Guy.
even need
And
to
how are
ask?
Which one would you prefer?
Well, they're 4-0 right now against 2 half teams and 2 loser teams. So, I have respect for winners. This guy right here's got a degree in thermodynamics.
I got nothing.
He's got a degree in winning.
You're a half
and
team.
Beating imposters that think they're good heels and like to play dress up. So, we come in here, we do what we're supposed to do. I'm not a heel, I'm not a face, I'm just a winner.
With
That's
a
all.
V-neck.
I'm not a heel. I'm not a face. I'm just Ben Bateman.
Look, if you want to know,
Float around somewhere in the ethos between.
It's what I did today. There was no way I was letting Stacy Howard pick out of the little jar, whatever that is, the tin bucket or whatever, by herself. It just
Well,
wasn't
thermodynamics, we call that a bucket.
I came in and if I wasn't there for that, not tooting my own horn because I'm never known to do that, obviously. I don't think she picks movies and soundtracks.
Pants cost $1,000.
I think she picks probably something with her strength.
His headphones in Orlando
and that's what a
started at
manager does,
100
and,
and
if you
moved
didn't
up
know,
to like
now you know.
5,000 throughout the night.
We got a party to get to at Wood Ranch. They've got winner's juice on tap.
So glad you took the microphone from me to say that, guys. Back to the desk.
All right, winners juice on
Movies
tap.
and soundtracks. These are What can we say, Mark Howlett?
I can say that I'm probably going to Yard House instead of Wood Ranch after this little match, but we do tip our cap to Who's the Boss. Mark Riley and Ben Bateman moving on. Very exciting matchup going forward for them. Regardless of who they're playing, you know it's going to be a headlining kind of event. And speaking of headlining events, all this movie trivia Schmoedown fun is careening towards our huge main events at the Schmoedown Spectacular. Make sure you get tickets for that right now at the SchmoedownLive.com. Tons of epic matches, a lot of surprises.
So good.
The chairman will have a little bit more insight on that draft. It's going to be live in Los Angeles. You do not want to miss this one-day event. It's going to be tiring for us, but luckily they might have some winner's juice on tap that's carbonated, Mark.
I like a carbonated winner's juice, Mark.
Well, I appreciate you joining me on the best. Hope to see a lot more of you. Next to me on the answer, make sure you guys check out Clark Wolf's latest project, Satanic Panic, available right now on VOD everywhere you like to enjoy movie content. Me, I'm Mark Ellis, and I might have my special coming out soon. Hey. More on that later. In the meantime, you can check out the movie trivia.
It's out.
Down.
It is
Patreon,
out.
Switch
Yep.
right
It is good.
And all of
I really
our
liked it.
podcasts are up wherever you enjoy listening to stuff. For the classiest one in the business, Clark Wolf, I am the babiest of the most carrots, Mark Ellis. We'll see you real soon on the movie trivia Schmoedown.
All right, Dagnino, Robert Meyer Burnett. You think you're good at this?
Uh-oh.
Infants. Janine.
Oh, hey, Emma.
Hey, Janine. Listen, I'm glad I caught you here. As you know, the draft is coming up soon, and next season. And
I would
you
like
and
you
I
too.
had a little bit of history, but that is all behind us now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think really you are a tremendous competitor. You're 3-5, and you and Jay Washington maybe had a good thing going, but I don't think you are actually 3-5. I think you just haven't had the best leadership. All I'm saying is you should have been a champion a long time ago, and next season, I'm here for you, if you want it.
Ooh.
Damn. It's gonna be tough. Where is Jay?
He's on the couch with the gauntlet.
With his gauntlet. It's awesome.
Oh, man. Emma's getting feisty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The feisty fife.
Feisty.
Yeah, okay.
Coined a term.
Yeah. That's co-owned by Call to Action and CineFANaticcs.
Yeah.
CineFANaction.
CineFANaction. It's its own splinter group now. So that was a good match. Still turned out the way we were hoping.
Who's the boss won the tournament last year? Come on.
Yeah, and I think that's what's really guiding like our bracket and who we're guessing for this.
Wait, side note, who's the boss won the tournament last year when they just got thrown together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they've been together for over a year.
Mm-hmm.
Or about a year, yeah.
Yeah.
They played a lot of quality matches, and they complement each other well, and I can't say I'm surprised by the outcome.
No.
But I was kind of holding my breath a little bit, mostly because Tim Franco can be a beast, and we've seen what Stacy's done lately. So, man, it wasn't a cakewalk. I know that
for sure.
Yeah. So they're gonna be taking on Paddington 2 or Family. I think we're gonna go ahead and call that it's gonna be the Family.
Well,
for that one.
So here's the thing: Paddington 2 as a team, I mean, they did 30 some odd points last match.
Mm-hmm.
Alonzo Duralde and Matt Atchity, they put up a good game. It's going to be a fight, but McQueenie is right up there with them, if not maybe better than them. And then Andrew Guy. You never know what he's going to pull out day to day.
I'm going to let that one slide this time.
You never know.
Well, yeah, I mean, Andrew Guy really is a wild card. Some days he's able to conquer a multiple team champion or multiple champion like Dan Murrell
or Mark Riley. And then some days he falls prey to a spinner's choice 18,000 times on a digital wheel.
Yeah, you never go against the Family. You know where I'm at with this.
We know where you're at with this too.
Yeah, so while I believe the family is going to win against Paddington 2, I'm kind of curious. I agree. I want to see Who's the Boss versus the family, only because the whole first half of the season really did start as the entire Schmoedown was built around Guy versus Bateman.
Yeah.
This seems like a very good way to kind of like end the season. Nice little cap off at the end. Like let's go back to the beginning of this season. Let's do that again.
Yeah.
But now we've got our full teams involved in this.
I would have loved it if the family was like on the other side of the bracket, and then this was what you had to get to in order to get to Spectacular.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that they didn't set it up that way, just for the possibility of that.
Yeah, because that would have been really good to see. But that also would have been a match I actually probably would have preferred to see at Spectacular.
Yeah.
Instead of
Absolutely.
it being a regular match that's playing during the tournament.
Because, I mean, all three of us were in Houston.
Yeah.
So we know what that energy is like when you get Ben and Drew across the table from each other.
Oh, yeah.
And not through one or hit by a chair, regardless of which take you're going to do first. Or
However it turns out. Yeah, no, I am all for, like, here's the thing. On our bracket, we have the family winning up against Paddington 2. Because we want the family to beat Paddington 2. Because I want Who's the Boss versus the family.
Because I want to see Who's the Boss versus the family. Which I am very much betting that Who's the Boss is probably going to show the family a little...
Well...
Oh, hey, Jake. How's it going?
Say,
Welcome to CineFANatics.
Okay.
The problem
I
is there might be some personal bias on either side of this room here.
You're in our house now.
I'm a big fan of Mark Riley.
Yeah,
of course.
I had to give him a little trouble about his thoughts on Whataburger. Not a fan. So
he's swaying our vote now.
Yeah, I mean,
so I sent him a picture
doing some work over here.
Whataburger that I got last night, and he's coming around. He said he's going to try it, but
sweet and spicy bacon burger,
honey patty melt,
honey butter chicken biscuit.
Oh, can't go wrong. Breakfast taquitos in the middle of the night.
This Whataburger sponsor us.
Oh, yeah.
Please.
Wow, now I'm hungry.
Just give us food. We don't even need the money, just the food.
Yeah. So for me, I would take Guy over Bateman any day. That's not a question. Yes, I said it. But I am a fan of Riley. I don't have thoughts about McWeeny. He's a good teammate. Other than what he did with Sam, and I'm not surprised with him, or I'm not impressed with him in singles as much.
Yeah,
might be a hot take, but he's fine.
A little spicy take.
Yeah. So of course we know CineFANatic's not the hugest fan of the family.
Give or take a run in with them.
Possibly. I think it's not so much, me personally, not so much the family themselves. It's probably more of like Robert Meyer Burnett.
I can see that.
So
he's an acquired taste.
Yeah. So, that's going to be interesting to see how this is going to happen, and I look forward to seeing that match when that is going to happen. I'm willing to bet that that's pretty safe.
Come on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, I think that's going to pretty much do it for this reaction.
Yeah.
So, what were your thoughts on this? Make sure you comment down below. Go over to the Schmoedown Entertainment Network. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe over there. Go to the Patreon. Help them out on the Patreon. You're mocking me, sir.
Do all the things.
Do all the things. Go to the Schmoedownlive.com. Pick up your tickets to the live events, to the live streams. There's still apparently tickets available for Spectacular that's in a week or so.
They just released a few more general admissions, so
go pick up those tickets. All three of us are going to be there, so you want to see us. That's your sole reason for going.
Just Jake, not even us.
Oh, you know it.
Probably. Oh, and there's also probably some Schmoedown going on at that event,
like
too.
An expo. And
all
that.
So,
that'll be part of it.
Go pick up the tickets for that. They're still available.
That's where you can pick up the live streams, too. If you can't actually make it to the event, pick up your live stream, because I think that's actually, for the Spectacular, that is actually up now.
Yes, they have put it up.
Yeah. Also, make sure you hop onto their channel, watch their live streams, help them out on Super Chat any way you can. That's going to keep them strong and alive. As for us, the Cinefanatics, well, actually, you know what? Let's do something different this time before I start plugging us. We have a guest here. Let's let the guest plug himself before we plug us.
It's true.
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Jake Iacovetta. It's JakeIacovetta. I'm usually around all of the Facebook groups. And I've been doing some work with the Action Army, Call to Action Podcast. At Call to Action Pod, you can find us everywhere. You know, giving you all the great content such as Chill to Action, Call to Action, Ladies Night, Hot Cakes. We have a lot of things going on. We just had Jen Sturger on, which was a great interview.
Yeah, that was.
I would recommend you guys check that out if you haven't seen anything from Call to Action. And it's just going to keep on rolling. We have Mark Riley coming on soon. The guests are going to keep rolling. We'll be doing a live stream from the Action House in Spectacular. There will be 8 or 9 of us, I believe, and we are going to have some special guests in the house.
It's packed.
So
it's going to be a huge
we got
live
a lot
stream
going on.
Yeah, for sure, guys. Go check out Call to Action. They do a bunch of great stuff over there. A lot of really good interviews. That Jen Sturger one's great. The one with Mike was fantastic.
Oh, Mike Kalinowski? Yeah, that was a good
John
one, too.
Roca.
Yeah.
Check it out to find out what that means.
John, we do not hate you. We would love to have you on the show.
He does not watch our videos.
Well,
he might.
If his name is mentioned,
he'll find it.
Something in the air.
Roca's out.
Yeah. Check out Call to Action. Obviously, also, like, side plug, loosely related, check out the Action Industries YouTube channel as well.
Yeah,
Ben and Drew. Yeah. They do some great stuff over there, too.
It's the parent company.
Yeah. They own all of us. Even us for some reason. That's weird. I don't even know how that happened.
We were on Action Movie Anatomy.
Oh, that's how it happened.
Our likeness is, yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways, as for us, the Cinefanatics, best podcast of the year, I would say.
Whatever you got to say. No, you guys are great. You guys are some of the originals, and
Jake's over like, get out of your own house.
Anyways, you can follow us on social media. We are at CineFANatic's MLP on Twitter and Instagram. This coming Tuesday, November 26th at 9:30 p.m. Central Time, we will be doing a live stream right here on this channel. Make sure you jump in and follow us and are a part of that. We will be talking movies. We will be talking Schmoedown. We'll be talking about us and why I have a giant wall right behind this camera that is completely covered in a green sheet. Is it?
A little bit.
He can attest to that. I have a giant green sheet up there. Anyways, we'll talk about anything you want to talk about within reason.
Differences between islands, peninsulas, and other landforms? No? Probably.
We could talk about that. I haven't talked about that for like 2 weeks. Anyway, so make sure you hop on that live stream and just participate in that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Also, make sure you subscribe to us. You can hit subscribe, the button right down below. You can also hit subscribe. It's probably somewhere over here. We changed the frame, so I don't know. So
it's going to be up here.
It's somewhere up here, over-ish. Hit that subscribe button. Over here off to the side, a couple other videos that we have made. And as always...
It's only fair. Everybody, salute.
Later.
See ya.
Well, thanks for coming, Jake.
Appreciate it.
Who are you guys again?
The heck, man.